Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pint Time with Backpacker Mike, and I'm going to try this Big Drop Brewing Company Galactic Extra Dark. It is actually a non-alcoholic beer. I'm doing non-alcoholic beers today for the most part. It comes in at 36 IBU. Extra Dark, Big Drop, and barley, malt, lactose powder, milk, oats, rye, cocoa nibs, hops, and yeast. So there we go. Let's see, we're brewed and packaged by Big Drop Brewing Company out of Normal, Illinois. So there you go. We're going to give this one a try. But first, today's longer episode is episode 216, and it is about backpacking through Morocco, of which I did. The video here is of me in Morocco and the what are called Argan goats up here in the tree. Pretty interesting. You have to look those up. If you want to see these videos, just click the little YouTube icon up there on my TikTok and go there and look for the Morocco playlist. So there you go. So I'm going to be talking about Morocco today. First of all, for $1 US, you get 9.96 dirham, however you want to say it. So roughly about $10, right? So. Accommodations for Morocco. Dorm rooms with 6 to 8 beds cost about 80 to 110 dirham, Moroccan dirham, or about $8 to $12 US, so not horrible per night. In big cities like Marrakesh and Fez are about 50 to 60 dirham a night, or about $4 to $6 US. Yeah, it's about that cheap too. In smaller cities, private rooms and hostels will run around 260 to 380 dirham, or about $25 to $35 US for a private room. With these, you get free Wi-Fi and free breakfast. Also, budget hotels in Marrakesh and Fez cost about 270 to 410 dirham, or about $25 to $40 per night. There you'll also get Wi-Fi, TV, free breakfast, and sometimes they'll have a pool. Also, you could stay in a riad, which is what I did when I was in Marrakesh. It was like $8 a night to stay in a riad. So to give you guys an idea of what a riad is, a riad or rihad is basically a family home that supplies rooms for people to stay in. It has a bit of a feel of like a hotel. Some places will actually make you a home-cooked meal, like a family meal. Sometimes you can sit with the family and eat. It just all depends. The one that I was in was $8 a night, and it wasn't the greatest, but it was cheap. So I spent 10 nights in Marrakesh for like $8 or $80, under $100 US. So hey, you can't beat that. Wild camping is also available. However, you don't want to do the wild camping on people's property. And don't be surprised if some nomad or the police come up and check on you if you're wild camping somewhere. So I don't really suggest wild camping in Morocco. It's probably not such a great idea unless you're like in the Atlas Mountains or something, which I'll get into that later. But very inexpensive to travel through Morocco overall on the US dollar. If you're on the pound or the euro, it's even less expensive. So, all right, let's give this a try. Big Drop Brewing Company Galactic Extra Dark NA beer. Let's try some NA beers today. Not really much on the nose, so let's see. All right. Cheers, pro, slancha, and skål for my Nordic friends. You know who you are. Actually, that's pretty good. It still has a bit of that, and for those of you who have ever tried NAs, it still has a bit of that like sort of barley malt tea feel to it, you know, the aftertaste. However, the cocoa nibs are a nice little, you know, pleasant add there, and the lactose powder, I can definitely taste that lactose in the milk. It's, you know, it's given that kind of a funky flavor. It's almost like tea with milk, maybe. Cocoa nibs, hops, yeast, oats. So that's not too bad, actually. Let's do a hard pour. See what that does. There we go. Just you can see it's dark. It's like pretty dark, which is awesome. That just brings out like maybe a little bit of the hoppiness. And the hoppiness on this, it really isn't that strong. That's really good. The hard pour is really good too. For an NA beer, this is pretty smashable. I'll definitely go. I'll give this an 8.5. Honestly, I'll give it an 8.5 for this NA beer. Big Drop Brewing Company. That's pretty awesome for an NA beer. I mean, I could drink those all day. All right, guys. As always, peace, love, and let's continue to experience this beautiful world together. And I'll see you guys next time on Pint Time with more about Morocco.